What's going on, guys? Roger, QVO Tactical here. We have a vehicle video for you guys today. I have now officially had the 2023 Rivian R1T Quad Motor with the yellow brakes there. I've had this for 14 months now, so I got it in May of last year, and it has officially been over a year. So I figured let's do a video. I did a brief video when I went and test drove these at the local Rivian here in Vegas, and now that I've had it for a year, I figured I would take you guys on a drive with me to Ventura Munitions, and we could talk about things that I'm liking and disliking with this purchase. Let's do it. Alright guys, so a couple cool things that I like before we drive over to Ventura Munitions here. First thing is the climate controls. So with it being an EV, I can actually, start cooling this thing down way before I come out here. It also has this pet mode. So like when you park and you're getting ready, to go in a store or something, you can hit this button and it'll turn on and keep the car cool the truck cool while you're inside the store. So like I go to Costco every week. When I go into Costco, I turn this on so that way when I come back out, it's still a nice, 65 degrees in my car. I really like that feature. And then the other thing is you can program your garage door and your gate. I have a private gate here, so you can program that into the vehicle, which is really nice as well. Another feature I like showing you right here, the camera system. I love having this. Makes it a breeze to park and get through parking lots or tight spaces. What's also nice is when you throw it in reverse, the camera for the rear view comes on. When you shift back to drive, it automatically switches back to the front camera. That way, if you're still looking here like a lot of us do, you're not going to hit the gas, roll forward, and hit something because you're looking at this screen when, it's still the backup camera. But so it's nice that it switches to the front view. All right, let's get the AC cracking again. It is 109 degrees out today in Vegas, so definitely gonna have the AC on. I have the windscreen on this new Go 3 camera, Go 3S, so hopefully you guys aren't getting a lot of wind noise. But yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while. I purchased this R1T. It's a 2024. I got it last year in May, and so it's been, or sorry, I think it's a 2023. Yeah, it was it had been sitting on the lot for a year. That's why I got such a good deal. So I want to say it's a 2023, and got it May of last year. It is now July of 2025. So I've had it for a little over a year, and just want to go over, the things that I like, the things that I don't like, and just kind of share it with you guys. So right off the bat, if you're not an EV guy, I get it. I know a lot of you are gonna go in the comments, get a real car. Well, guys, I have, that V8 Mustang. I got my Porsche 911, my Tacoma, but for my daily stuff, I just love the conveniences of an electric vehicle. Like I said, one of them being in Vegas in the summer, it's nice that I can leave this running while, it's unattended, and I don't have to worry about having an engine running or having, somebody can just break in and take your truck, versus this, everything's electronic. It's got to be, you have to have a Bluetooth phone or the key card or the fob. So I really like that aspect of it. While we're waiting here for traffic, here's the different modes. I typically leave it in all purpose for like 90% of my driving, but you'll see the sport mode does a little cool animation, and now the suspension is actually lowering. You can kind of see it. Hopefully you picked it up in the camera. But now the truck will do like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And so just like launching here, it is insane. Like boom, that's 60. Like it's that quick. This is definitely the fastest vehicle that I own. And just having that immediate torque, like when you want to get past somebody on the freeway or move around somebody, it's very nice to just boom, whip out, pass them on the left, and then get back in the lane and you're back to normal speed. So I definitely like that. But like I said, for the most part, I do leave it in all purpose. It does have this conserve mode. I don't think I've ever really used it, but yeah, like I said, 90% of the time, probably like 99% of the time, I'm in all purpose. I leave it on firm. I like the high regen, and I keep the height standard. The regen, like I have pretty much gotten used to not using a brake with this truck whatsoever. When we go here, I'll show you, but pretty much it's like a souped up golf cart. Like, you have your gas pedal and then you just off the gas and it brakes for you. And I would say literally, like, after a week of driving this, you start learning, like, okay, for me to time the distance with this light, like you can see, you know, you're coming down the street, you see that the light is red ahead of you, you'll be able to start gauging it and just kind of start, you know, being able to know, like, okay, I need to start easing up a little bit here, or taking your foot completely off. I seldom ever have to actually put my foot on the brake, which is nice. Like right here, I'll get a little close to this launcher in front of me, and then I'll ease off, foot off, and then it immediately starts braking for me, which is great. So, and I know people are gonna ask, is that difficult to get used to from driving, you know, a normal truck or car? It was at first, but I drive my Tacoma once a week when I go to the range, and it's only happened like when I first got in a Tesla, I kind of noticed it, but I was driving a Tesla for a couple of years, and then I switched over to Rivian, and so I'm kind of used to it now. I will say the regen on the Rivian is probably the most that I've noticed. The other regens on other EVs that I've test driven, or the Teslas that I've had, aren't as strong as the regen, and I like that. You can change it, you can make it, you can actually take it completely off and have this feel like a normal car and have it roll like when it's idling. But right here you'll see, so right now, see how the yellow is going up? That's using energy. And then when I take my foot off the accelerator, you'll start seeing regenerative braking working on all four motors. Now, speaking of all four motors, guys, this is an R1T, one of the last quad motors. They switched over, I want to say, in 2024 or 2025 to the tri-motor. And so that made this one desirable. I want to say this was like one of 12 that were left in the country when I picked this up. A friend of mine works over at Rivian, and he had worked for Tesla before and said, hey, I'm moving to this company, check them out if you're still into EVs. And when I started looking at them, this had been sitting on their lot for a while. It was one of the last ones, and so I ended up being able to snag it, which is cool. I really do like the quad motor. I did test drive the dual motor, and the dual motor still has, you know, more pickup than your average car. I'd say it's kind of like a standard Model Y. That's what it felt like. Whereas this, it's just immediate. And I thought, you know, like, oh, I'd be fine with the dual motor, but after I test drove the quad motor, I was like, man, I really do like it, and life's short, why not get what you want? Other cool features here, you can change what you want here. I kind of just leave it with the maps. I don't really use it, but it does have, you know, GPS here, which is pretty solid, and it does have like the built-in traffic stuff. But I've been in Vegas for like 39 years, so I seldom ever use my GPS. I normally have it on the cameras. I don't know why, I just like looking. If I look over here, I like to see around the vehicle. The car, or the truck, is tinted all the way around. I had the, what is it called? XPEL PPF done. So the car is gloss black, or the truck is gloss black. But after the PPF goes on, it makes it a matte black, which you guys kind of saw in the intro. And then it's got tint here on the front and on the sides. XPEL locally did that. I did it through Rivian. Rivian, I believe, has a contract with XPEL for them to do all of, because they're sure they have the files to have it cut to the shapes and sizes that they need for the Rivian. You'll notice down here, this larger cup holder. I use this for like the big water bottles that you get from like Costco and stuff, or the big like Super Gulp style drinks from gas stations. This doesn't come with it. This is actually just like an empty shell. I bought this aftermarket on Amazon, and I use that for the bigger drinks. It does have, you know, old school push slide cup holder here. I do like this and the convenience of it, but I will say, like, I don't want to say cheap, but it's just plastic. It's probably the only thing to me that's not like luxury in this truck, but it is very useful, and I do use it a lot. It just doesn't feel as robust as everything else. Like, you guys always see people doing like grabbing stuff and seeing if it like makes creaking noises. You don't really have that in the Rivian. It's really solid. You got real wood here, the OD green leather, or the leather red, or whatever it is. But that's what kind of sold me too, when they were like, I was looking at the different trim models, and this one had, you know, this OD green interior, and I was like, man, I don't really, you know, that's super rare. So it kind of just was one of the check boxes for me. I was like, man, that would be cool to have that. So here we are. When you go to the AC stuff, it does have ventilated cooling seats, which is nice. And you kind of control everything from here. I do like this, and it is cool, but like a few other people have said, I do miss just having a dial here to turn on the AC. Like, it'd be cool if this was, I don't know, or if, like, right up here they had dials for stuff. Because like if you're driving, you know, say you're on here, you're listening to music and stuff, right? And you're, oh, I don't want to get a copyright thing. Okay, so you're in here listening to music and stuff, and you're like, oh, hey, I want to turn, you gotta go here, then you gotta grab this and here. Don't get me wrong, it's not like super difficult, it's just not as convenient as, you know, or maybe you're using your maps and you want to be able to use the map at the same time. You got to go here, but you'll still have your map here, but it would just be cool if there was still a dial up there. Music stuff, there's plenty of videos out there, guys, already about like all the different things. I'm just kind of giving you my overview. I have a Spotify account, that's typically what I use, but it does have like Apple Music and Amazon, all that stuff. Amazon is built into this, so if you say stuff like, Alexa, navigate me to Ventura Munitions.
There is a Ventura Munitions, 3.6 miles away on 5725 South Valley View Boulevard, Suite 1 and 2, Suite 1 and 2. Do you want to get directions to that one?
Yes.
Getting directions to Ventura Munitions at 5725 South Valley View Boulevard, Suite 1 and 2, Suite 1 and 2.
So that to me is pretty sweet. But obviously I don't need directions to Ventura considering I go there every week. So overall, guys, my experience with the Rivian, I will say in the first like 3-4 months it was extremely difficult. Like, I'll talk about the shortcomings right now because this is probably one of my favorite vehicles that I've owned. But when I first got it, there was paint issues, and I thought, oh hey, you know, they'll just take it in-house and fix it. No, Rivian being a newer company, these are the shortcomings and the growing pains that they're experiencing, and it's having to outsource everything. So you know, when I started, you know, sidetracking over to the Mustang real quick, when I started doing paint stuff with the Mustang, I quickly learned from several different body shops in town that the consensus for Vegas is that most paint shops here don't do a good job. And when the paint had to get fixed on this truck, they outsourced it to a company, and even per Rivian, per the employee that looked over and did the delivery of my truck, even he was like, no, this isn't up to standard. Like, it had runs in the paint, they oversprayed the clear coat everywhere, and it put hard lines. Like, it's just stuff that when you're buying, you know, a truck that is, you know, almost six figures. I want to say sticker on this was like $118 or something like that, and the deal that I got on it was around $88 because it had been sitting for so long, and that's one of the reasons I got it. I definitely like a good deal, like everybody watching, but you know, at that price tier you would expect like, hey, the paint should be perfect, and literally it had to go back 5 different times before they finally got it squared away and fixed, and that was a pain in the ass. Oh man, this lady, this always makes me nervous when people, cool that she's using the crosswalk, but running out there against the traffic. Anyway, the truck spent like, I want to say 30 to 40 days with Rivian in the first 90 days of getting it, with all of the different issues with the paint, and that was extremely frustrating. I'll talk about this too. Like, a buddy of mine worked there, and I was like, hey man, I'm looking, like, did they offer a friends and family program? He reached out, they told him no. I buy the truck, 2 weeks later they're like, oh, I even get an email like, hey, here's our friends and family program. That kind of pissed me off because it would have saved me $6,000. And then I was reaching out like, hey, can anything be done about this? I get that I bought the truck already, I've already signed, but can anything be done? And they wouldn't even give me a response, and that was super frustrating. So I ended up sending an email, and not a dickhead email, just like, hey, as one business owner to another, I feel like you guys, like, this isn't the way to handle this, at least give me a response. And what ended up happening was they had the truck for so long, so they reached back out. And I told them it wasn't about the money thing. It was more about like, hey, you know, I would get it. It wasn't like, hey, a 4th of July sale's coming up and you bought this. It was literally, I was asking if you offered this program, and then 2 weeks after I get it, you offer it. So I told them that all I was going to do with that $6,000, I would have paid to get the vehicle wrapped. And so they ended up wrapping the vehicle for me. And I thought that was super cool. And that to me was a good way to, you know, fix that customer service issue. So, but yeah, if I want to say, I don't know if they still have that friends and family program, but if they do, definitely look into it, because it, you know, at the time it was a significant discount. So that's why I really pushed hard to see if they would honor it. But yeah, other than that, guys, I'll show you guys right now, like I have a lot of vehicles, between cars and motorcycles. I think I have 12 or 13. I got a lot of bikes. But the reason I say that is because the miles, guys, I only have, I don't even see the miles, hold on. I might not be able to, oh, let me pay attention to the road here. I want to say it might be under this menu. Is it settings? About, yeah, I think it's under about, here we go. Under your about section, you'll have all the specs and stuff. Oh, here you go, odometer. 6,050 miles. So I don't drive a whole lot. That's what, May, so June, July. So that's 14 months that I've had it. Granted, like I said, for 1 month, a little over, like almost a month and a half, it was with Rivian. So let's say 13 months. Let's just say a year. For a year, 6,000 miles. That's actually a lot for me, guys. I don't really, like, I think the most I drive is about 4 miles a day. I'm fortunate that, you know, I work from home and I don't have to commute anywhere. Additionally, we have a bunch of other vehicles. I only use this for pretty much QVO business. So it's running errands, it's picking up gear. Right now we're going to pick up some stuff that we're going to be filming some videos on. So yeah, that's why it doesn't have a lot of mileage. But overall, guys, like, I am very happy with the truck. Like I said in the very beginning, it was super rocky, but I'm glad all that stuff got worked out, and I've been happy with the purchase thus far. So I'm about to hit Ventura, but just kind of want to make this video, let you guys see the POV driving view. To me, for what I need it for, it's great. Like, typically you'll get on a full charge 270, 275, 280 miles. I think I drove, we tested it one time, we drove all the way to Arizona to get lottery tickets and back, and I still had like 22% left. And that's with 3 of us, AC blast and everything like that. So I've never had an issue where I was stressed out about getting charged. I want to say I have the fast charger, like the 220 at home. So I'm able to get, I think, up to 80% in like 20 minutes. But again, I maybe charge this once a week, guys. But again, that's my driving needs. If you're somebody that, you know, if you're averaging more than 15,000 miles a year, I definitely think you want the fast charger at home. I definitely think you want to live in a major metropolitan area where there are superchargers in town, because you can use the Tesla adapters and connect. Being here in Vegas, we have chargers for pretty much every EV in a variety of locations. It's very easy to get them here. And I can say right now, would I ever own, if I could only own one car, would I own just an EV? No. I probably owned my Toyota Tacoma. But I do like having this for, you know, in the summer, I'm able just to leave it running so it stays cool. In the winter, I can leave it with the heater on so it stays warm. And just the convenience factor, guys. Like all of the storage things, you know, I'll probably, when I get home, go over some more if I didn't go over the intro about, like, the gear tunnel is really nice. The storage, this thing has so much storage, which is great. Like, I thought about in the future maybe retiring the Tacoma and making this like the range truck, because you can store gear in the front, you can store gear in the bed, under the bed, in the gear tunnel. Like, there's so many different places for storage, which is great. I definitely feel like this is a luxury truck. Like, the build quality is insane, it's awesome. The features, like down here you have a built-in Bluetooth detachable lantern and speaker. So if you're somebody that likes to go camping, or if you're tailgating, you can pop that out and have music playing. The door itself has a 1,000 lumen flashlight that comes out and you can use, which is really cool. But yeah, I just think the truck is very feature rich. This is probably the most expensive vehicle I've ever purchased. I have this thing where I won't buy a car over $100,000 just based on principle. I could be worth $10 million, and I think the only car I would buy over that, I'll say this, if God and Porsche would let me go buy a Porsche GT3 RS brand new for MSRP, I'd go buy that thing cash right now. But that's like, it's like Rolex, like they don't let you buy, like I want a Daytona Panda, I'm never gonna get one because I don't buy enough watches from them. Same thing with the Porsche. So, but like I said, we're here at Ventura now, guys. So any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. When I get back to the house, I'll be sure to go over a few more talking points in regards to other features that I like that I may have missed. And let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you're somebody that likes the EVs, or if you're somebody that's like, screw electric, gas powered only. I get it. At the same time though, I like to have a variety of things, and I will say that I get a lot of use out of this, and I really enjoy the conveniences of the luxury of it. Like, I like all the tech behind it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and yeah, we'll see you back at the house. Back here at the house now, guys, and wrapping up this video. So overall, guys, I am very pleased with the Rivian R1T. Like I said, it's probably my favorite like daily vehicle that I've had out of all the ones I've had. I have dailied a Model Y, Model 3, had a Challenger 392 TA before all that. But this has been like the most versatile. Like, I like everything, the speed, I like all the tech, the convenience stuff, the storage. I do like that it's EV because Vegas, like right now, I think it's like 109 out, guys, and having this to where I can just leave the AC on all day long when I'm out running errands is such a huge benefit. Now, other than the stuff I mentioned before with just the growing pains issues that I had with Rivian as a company when it started, that's all kind of been resolved. I haven't had any issues since we got, you know, everything fixed and got the vehicle wrapped, and I appreciate them honoring that friends and family program and coming through and handling the wrap and the tint that I was talking about earlier. So I would say that my only other con would be comparing this to the Teslas that I've owned. The tech just isn't as good. Like, there's no autopilot, there's no full self-driving, and if you haven't tried that out on a Tesla, it's freaking awesome. Like the parking assistant stuff, like you literally pull into a parking lot, the Tesla will scan the parking lot and light up the empty spaces in blue. You then click on the screen on the space that you want, and the Tesla will park. It'll even back it in for you. And then at the same time, you can like valet, you can summon it. So you can walk out of, like you can walk out of Target and summon the vehicle, your car, your Tesla will back out of the parking space and come and pick you up. And well, is it necessary? Not at all, guys, but having, you know, that cool tech to me is just awesome. I will say though, when I did daily the Model Y, I would use the autopilot a lot. I definitely liked it for what I was doing. I'm lucky here that Vegas is kind of a grid, so it's mostly like you're just driving straight lines and left and rights. There's no like curvy roads and stuff like that, but I did really enjoy the autopilot and the full self-driving feature. So I hope that one day Rivian can get on that bandwagon, and I'd like to see, they have like the assisted cruise control, but you can only use that on the freeway. And as you guys saw, like I drive the freeway maybe once a week when I go out to the range, but when I do that, I take the Tacoma. So anyway, that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought about the POV driving. I have a few more of those I want to do with the 66 Mustang that's in there and the Porsche 911 on top. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for checking out the video. And yeah, like I said before, guys, if you're not into the car stuff, don't worry. This is extra content. It is never going to replace our gun and our range videos and our gear review stuff. I save that stuff for the weekends, but I figured since, you know, we have the real estate here on YouTube to put additional content out, why not for the other motor vehicle enthusiasts out there. So appreciate you guys watching. As always, please like, subscribe, share the video with a friend if you can, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.